Hey everybody. So happy Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Awesome. I just wanted to jump on here because I don't know. It's this is one of the things that I struggle with, and I find that as I talk to other people, I'm not the only one in the struggle. So consistency. And not just like consistency in how you act or behave, but consistency in just habits, right? So, you know what I tell you, it takes like 30 days to build a habit and even a shorter period just to break it. So, I had posted like a couple of weeks ago a post that said, people will make time for what they want to make time for. And part of your consistency is truly that, right? So, like, if your health is important to you, then you're going to make time to do the things that benefit your health, right? If you want to lose weight, you're going to do the things that are necessary for you to lose weight. If you want to become, I don't know, if you want to go to school to do something because it's going to further your career or whatever it is, you're going to make the time, right? No matter how busy you are. So I want to post this because I have been challenging and really holding myself accountable to being consistent, right? Because I think I'm like a lot of other people where I expect results, but I'm not consistent with what I'm doing. And whether that is with my health, whether it is one of our businesses, whatever it is, I'm expecting all these great results, but I'm not necessarily putting in the work constantly to get the results. And people that are close to me have heard me say that often in the last couple of weeks, but that's because I'm not trying to get down on anybody. I'm really trying to hold myself accountable and challenge myself and kind of kick myself in the butt to say, okay, you can't expect good things to happen or miracles to happen or your business to take off if you're not going to put in the work that's necessary to make that happen, right? So like you've seen where I'm posting my before and after pictures. Oh my god. Now, when I tell you that that is huge for me because some of those pictures I would have never let see the light of day. But I have been consistent in the regiment that has been working for me. So, if you know me, I have a lot of health issues, physical issues where the true going to the gym and running and all this extra walking is not something that I can do without possibly ending up back in a hospital. And I'm trying not to have any surgeries this year. I was lucky last year. I didn't have surgeries. I had some procedures, but no surgeries. And I'm trying for this year not to have any surgeries at all. So I can't go to the gym and I can't do the million miles of walking. I've done it. I've tried that in the past. And every time I have ended up in a hospital. So between me and my health professionals, my doctors, we have decided that, okay, we need to figure out something else. The something else is my nutrition, right? Because since I can't do the physical stuff, is my nutrition. And I tried everything, right? I've tried the not eating, starving no help, because I'm just going to eat afterwards. Um, the rabbit food, not a fan. Like, I will eat salads, but like that can't be life because I like pasta, right? So and rice is staple food. Um, so I had to like I've been looking for something, but I always had the same excuses. No, I'm not spending the money on that. No, I don't have time to be making shakes. I don't have like who has time to be doing all these things, right? I'm busy. I'm always running. And yeah, I'm not in the corporate world working for somebody else, but I'm busy building our businesses. I'm busy with my family, my husband, my son. Like life has taken a different turn, but I almost feel like I'm busier than I was before, right? Before I had like a 9 to 5 or whatever it was. So I I bit the bullet this time, right? Because I was just like, oh my God, I don't have money like that to be spending, right? Because you're building a business. It doesn't mean it's taken off yet. And you really want to watch what you're spending, especially in this time, right? Gas is over $3. It's ridiculous. But I had to make a decision, right? So I tried something, it worked for me, and that's the Herbalife products that you see me with. I tried it, and then I tried it again. I didn't like get the whole line at first, right? I tried it. I tried the teas. It worked. I tried the teas again, and I'm like, okay, let me see what will happen if I like jump in, right? Bite the bullet. Talk to my husband, and I'm like, so listen, I got to do something. Like, we have to do something. More so me than him, right? But we have to do something. Um, and then found out that, well, if it works, it can also be another business opportunity. Well, I think we're like serial entrepreneurs. Whatever we can find that we believe in and we can turn it into a business, we're gonna try it, right? And that's just the both of us. So I'm not saying this to sell anything. I'm saying all this because even though I tried the teas and I decided, yeah, they work. Let me go ahead and just buy the line and do the shakes and do the tea or whatever. I still had to make them. Like, they didn't come ready made. I still had to make them. I still had to make a routine. I still had to make it a habit to make a shake, to make the tea, to not make the excuses, to not say, oh, well, I'm not going to be somewhere convenient, so I'm not going to do it. I had to figure out how to become consistent, because what I've done in the past is I have time, so I'm going to do something and I see awesome results. But as soon as I figure out, or I make the excuse that I don't have time, it's not convenient, not something I can do, I'm right back where I started. Like, this is not the first time that I have lost weight. It's the first time I'm posting about it, but it's not the first time. Like, pre-COVID, I lost a little bit more than I have now. I was feeling great about myself. But my excuse then was I was working so hard while I'm at work. I'm not going to do this. Plus, I was moving a lot more. When I say moving, because where I worked, it was big and I had to be walking up and down. But it also meant I was suffering in other areas of my health. Because I was doing all that walking up and down, because I have the back issues, etc., etc. Yeah, I was losing weight, but I was still going back and forth to the doctor, back and forth into a hospital. Like, I gave up one thing. So I gave up the weight because I lost it. But then I was still having some other physical issues. So it was like six of one and a half dozen of the other, right? So this time around, I'm like, well, we're going to do this. Let me try it. Let me see what happens. So I jump in and I do it. And at first, no, I wasn't consistent. It was like, yeah, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to skip a day or two, and then I'm going to do it again. Well, every time I do that, my body's resetting because now I'm not getting used to anything. And it's just like every time I do it, it's the first time. Well, the first time is not going to let you lose weight. Like, the weight is not going to fall off instantly. Even if you have weight loss surgery, like, it's not just going to drop off. You still have to do things for it to fall off. You know what I mean? So I want to tell people, like, you see me posting lately and my posts are like, no excuses. It's not pointing a finger at anybody. Well, no, it's pointing a finger at me. But it's also saying, it's kind of like this reminder. If you want something, don't make excuses. Like, try not to make excuses. Now, there will be times where you possibly can't do something. It's not feasible. It doesn't make sense. But think about it. If you can, do it. If you can't, and I mean, you've tried, like, you've thought it through and it's just not something at all, then okay. But don't make it so simple to push to the side and then expect results. Because every time you start again, you're starting from the beginning. Like, there's no consistency there. And that's with everything you do, not just your health, not with weight loss, just in general. If you're trying to build a business, you got to be consistent. And that's something that I push myself on as well. Like, I want people to know that I'm out here. I don't create any content. I want people to go to my website. I'm not posting anything about my website. Like, how are they even going to know to go there? I want people to see that there's a change in me, and I want them to reap the same benefits, and I want them to try, try it and see if it works for you. 10 to 1, it will. It's going to do something. But if I don't show you or show anybody what it's doing, how am I going to expect them to know or even to want to try, right? So I have to be consistent. I can't sit here and just say, oh, nothing is working and nobody knows. And if I'm not being consistent with my practices and the things that are going to get me to the next level. And I don't know about you, but everybody wants to level up. Like, I don't care where you are. You want to level up, and level up can mean different things to different people. But leveling up to me means being healthier. We're older parents, right? Like, our son just turned 10. and we're already in our 40s. But I want to be around. Like, I still want to be able to move. I want to be able to do things with him. I don't want him when he gets to middle school. He's like, so listen, you're too old. I don't need you to come. Or we can't move because we haven't taken care of ourselves because we weren't consistent, right? Um, and this is absolutely a lesson for me because my husband is somebody who tells me this all the time. You got to be consistent. Like, you got to create a habit. He's very big on routines and creating a habit. And I've really tried. I've made progress. I still have a lot of, like, lots of room to grow, lots of room to improve on. But I have become more consistent with my spirituality. I've been more consistent with going to church. I've been more consistent with self care. I've been more, and that's the weight loss. That's just taking care of myself in general. I've been more consistent with my businesses, or our businesses, because we have our own and then we have some together. But I've been more consistent there. I am more consistent with, sorry, allergies. I've been more consistent with posting content. Like, I'm not even a social media person, but in this day and age, if you don't do it, how is anybody going to know, right? Like, nobody's really reading print anymore and picking up a phone and calling people. So here we are making content because we're at killing two birds with one stone. I'm making content, but I also hope that anybody who's listening to this kind of thinks to themselves, am I being consistent in the things that I want to improve on, the things that I want to succeed? Am I being consistent in my business and building my business? Am I being consistent in taking care of myself? Am I being consistent in my self-care? Because if you're down, you can't take care of anybody else, right? You got to take care of yourself first. Um, if you want people to know about your business, you want people to know what's going on with you and reach out and build on that, are you being consistent with your social media posts? I mean, like, they're not going to post themselves, right? Content's not going to, well, I mean, if you used AI, you could, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm just saying, even that takes effort that you have to put in, right? It's something you've got to do. So my message today is be consistent. It's not going to happen overnight. It's just like building a habit, right? Creating a habit. Like, it's going to take time. But make the extra effort to be consistent in the things that you would like to continue, you want to build on, that you want to level up on. And I'm telling you, you're going to see the results. But try not to make the excuses. Even if you have to talk to yourself and be like, no excuses today. I'm not doing that. I'm going to go do this. Talk yourself up. Even if nobody else will, talk yourself up. Like, you know what? You are your worst enemy, but you're also your biggest cheerleader. Choose one of those. Don't be your worst enemy. Be your biggest cheerleader. Okay? So, it's Thursday. I don't know. My days are running away because now I got to go do some errands and then join Carline to pick up the kid and then come back and, of course, work, right? So, I leave this with you at the end of the week. As you're going through your work week, be consistent. As you're going into the weekend and you want to take time off, absolutely, if that's how it is. But don't take time off from the things that you need to be consistent about. All right? No excuses. Like, if you're not going to say it to yourself, go ahead and just play the end of this video again to yourself. No excuses. All right. Have a good one.